Welcome everyone. There's a lot of passion in the air today. This is Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344 and I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for you. It is a very special read today, so I would stay tuned. It's one of my more beautiful ones, I have to say. It is January 26, 2020 today. And I watched a movie last night that had undercover FBI in it and a sting, and I know that's come up for me before, so that was coming up again. And fall girls, so girls taking the fall. And while I was shuffling at 8:55, which is the Strength and the Ace of Swords, Excalibur, the Truth, while I was shuffling, I saw the Lovers, and then I saw the Sovereign, or the Nine of Pentacles. The SIRIAN Starseed deck, which is the main deck for my read, was cut at 8:56, which is the Strength card and the Two of Swords, being in your knowing. And I just did a quick meditation, and I was getting angels everywhere, and then angels in the outfield, as well as the St. Louis arches and McDonald arches. The arches were coming up, which can represent the Rainbow Bridge as well. Okay. I was just getting Archie Bunker too. That hasn't come up for a while. All in the family. Okay, so that's the message for today for sure. Also at, let's see, right after I finished the read, because the read was finished at 9:23 to 24, which is the King and Queen of Wands, the 9 being the Hermit. At 9:29, I was getting Made in Heaven from 6-7. 6-7, Made in Heaven. And by the way, there were triple sevens today and double 4s and 6s. So 67 is the Knight of Pentacles, who was a very important character today. We started off with the Seven of Flames and we ended up with the Queen of Pentacles. But the Knight of Pentacles was very significant at play in this read. Okay, guys. Don't mind me. I don't usually eat candy, and I had some peanut butter M&Ms, so I might be a little wired because I don't usually have caffeinated coffee or anything like that, so I might be a little caffeinated from the chocolate. I did ground before I went outside before I did the video. Let's see here. Okay, so being that the read was finished at 9:23 to 24 of the King and Queen of Wands, we had the major arcana of the higher self, the star, and after the read was the Hanging Man. So just the higher self, the star, in the main part of the read, which is the higher self is the feminine doing the masculine's read, and then the star is the masculine, right, being the star of what he does. And then afterward, the Hangman, which has to do with the Jesus Mary Magdalene template, the star hanging on the cross, and his higher self, or Mary Magdalene, with him on the cross. So it was very much about Jesus and Mary Magdalene today. Again, I just want to clear a little bit. Take a deep breath. So there were no court cards in the main part of the read today. After the read, we did have the King of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, but no court cards within the read or before the read, and only the two major arcana, the higher self and the star, and then the Hangman after the read. We had 1 wand, 4 pentacles, 2 cups, and 2 swords, so mostly pentacles today, which can have to do with money, but it doesn't have to be. It's about practicalities of everyday life. So very much about doing practical things today. It is Sunday, so people's day off. They may be getting, paperwork done at home, but just practical day-to-day things. We do have 1 wand, so there is some movement there, and then 2 cups and 2 swords. So really about getting your responsibilities taken care of today before the work week. Okay, so the numbers here. Like I said, we had triple sevens today, and that's when Made in Heaven came up. The 6 and the 7, Made in Heaven, and the 67 is that Knight of Pentacles. Made in Heaven. And the Knight of Pentacles is that faithful, loyal, humble servant. Literally made in heaven, okay? So, the numbers here. We had 1422, which is the 14 and the 22 of the Temperance card, or the angels, and the 22, the Fool, with the open heart, ready to take a leap of faith. And besides triple sevens, double fours, and double sixes, we also had 10, but in addition to 10 in the cards, we also had 10 come up in the code line from 4 and 6, which is the Emperor and the Lovers. And then 10, of course, is the Wheel of Fortune, the turn for the better. The numerology card that was in line with the code line today was healing, but heal was covered, so we were just getting ing. So it was very interesting what came up with ing. Of course, it's the bank ing, but that's not what came up today. So we have 4 and 6, and also 46, which is the 6 of Cups, the children in the garden, and the Emperor and the Lovers, and the turn for the better. The 44 being mastering, grounding, and integrating that offer of love. The 66 of the Queen of Pentacles, which this read ends on as a clarifier, and then triple sevens, made in heaven, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, again, that sequence of numbers, made in heaven. 10 is, and also 4 to 7 is the sweet spot, right? So 5 is the middle of the numbers, so you always want to stay around the middle towards erring on the side of the light, which would be more towards 7. So 4, 5, 6, 7 is definitely the sweet spot. You don't want to go below 5, let alone 4, okay? And then 10 came up again, 14, 22, as I told you, and then 47, also the 7 of Cups, 67, the Knight of Pentacles, and then 710, which also can be 71, the 3 of Pentacles, that card of co-creation with 0 behind it, so some source power backing it up. We also had, in a lesser sense, 23 of the King of Wands, but he was also the time of the end of the read, which was important, and then 34, which is the 8 of Wands, 79, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for me, and then 45, which is the 5 of Cups in the recent past, actually, today, and then 56 also came up, and these are all separate from the cards. 56 is the 2 of Swords again. And the 2 of Swords came up as one of the cards just before the read. Okay, so getting into this read, it was all about healing today. But the heel, right, like somebody can be a heel, and of course the heel of your foot, was coming up separate from the ing. The code line was about the challenge today, which is the 4 of Chalices, or the 4 of Cups, the grounding and integrating of love, or the boredom, the apathy, right? Not wanting the same old thing, wanting something better for yourself, and not being grateful for what you have right in front of you. But it's really about expecting something more for yourself, right? Really loving yourself first, and knowing that you deserve just as much as anything that you'd wish for somebody else. So it's really about grounding and integrating the offer of love from God to you. Okay? Accepting, allowing, receiving. Healing. So after death, the I am presence, and remember the after death of Jesus on the cross was Mary Magdalene connecting with him, just like twins would do. The after death I am presence, or the gift of the moment, in a mass of the feminine grounding and integrating the offer of love. That the lovers are human and thus need to heal together. And the ing also for me represents the I am presence with Jesus and God. Because for me, capital N is code Jesus and G is God. So from Merriam-Webster and also dictionary.com, I was looking up ing to see what different things it stood for besides the bank. And the ing that you're used to seeing just has to do with action or process, the product or result of something used in, connected with, or related to action or process. But then what came up, which was very significant for us, was one of a kind. And something specified, one of a specified kind. So like it's, like 1 in a million. And that's from Old High German, one belonging to, of the kind of, or descended from. So besides I Mass, so Mass being like Christmas, Addie Mass, so the name Addie was coming up again, Addie Miss, but also I Miss, like not Christ, like you are one and the same as Christ, and Addie is the same as I am presence and Christ, that we're all the same energy. So they were referencing that to remember you're the same. the divine feminine grounding and integrating an offer of love and finding peace in it. After death, the I am Mass, like Christmas, but the I Mass of Jesus and Mary Magdalene on the cross. And of course, Easter's coming up soon. In the divine masculine with the emperor, or for the cup, the heart, the chalice, the Holy Grail, the emotions, the human lovers. The after death I Mass, the divine feminine considers her human lover a heel, but also considers him one of a kind, one belonging to, right? So a part of her. So the feminine feeling the heel of the healing, the masculine being the heel, but also the one of a kind heel, right? So then what was coming up was very touching to me, because one of the quotes that my twin actually quoted to me at one point was the Mark Twain quote, "Forgiveness is the fragrance the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it." So of course the heel came up today. And I want to, this is an important part, so make sure you listen, because this was a very beautiful energy that was coming up for us. So again, for those of you who aren't familiar with this saying, forgiveness is the fragrance the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. In 1974, prominent scholar of ancient India and languages named Sir William Jones delivered a lecture titled, and this was from someone saying, you know, it's not just Mark Twain, that others before him had come up with variations of this same statement. And this was from quoteinvestigator.com. So he delivered a lecture titled The Philosophy of the Asiatics, Asiatics. He discussed the topic of forgiveness and its figurative representation in a work he credited to a pandit. And the sandalwood tree has a close-grained wood that is prized for its long-lasting fragrance. The beautiful aria, couplet or couplet, I'm not sure if it's pronounced in French or in English, and this quote came up over 3 centuries prior to our era, so this was way before Mark Twain. The duty of a good man, even in the moment of his destruction, to consist not only in forgiving, but even in a desire of benefiting his destroyer, as the sandal tree, in the instant of its overthrow, sheds perfume on the axe which fells it. And then in 1812, a reference by Reverend Charles Colton, sandal tree as an example of a plant which had been wronged but reacted with forgiveness and kindness. The falling sandal tree sheds its fragrance round, perfumes the axe that fells it to the ground. Some through their tortured trunks a balm supply, and to give life to their destroyer die. All right, so there were lots of quotes or variations to that statement prior to that time. So it was significant to me since my twin had actually quoted that to me, and I had actually played with images around that quote and had sent it back to him at the time. Since my twin had also referenced me as violet at times because he knew I liked purple, and he being referenced here as the heel in the statement, my hope is thus: the scent that clings to you is sweet and light as the spring that lifts you, offers you comfort and warmth of a sunny summer day, is the peaceful sound of the leaf falling as the weather cools, and that in your dream state slumber, blanketed by the purity of the driven snow and frozen emotions, Chariots of fire ascending and flickering that remind you we are one, you and me, love everlasting inside the circles and cycles of life, enduring and yours eternally. So that was just something, and that finished at 10:38 to 39. So that's just something that came up from me to my twin. And 10:38 and 39 is the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups, which actually is my soul number and my twin soul number. So that was perfect. So at 10:40, we turn the page. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune and 40 is the Page of Cups. The Seven of Flames starts out the read in the underlying energy, and beneath it, the Two of Swords reversed, the Knight of Wands reversed, the Nine of Swords reversed, and the King of Pentacles upright. Standing up for self, and here again the number 33 comes up, which is the Christ vibration. After receiving clarity and new information, falling short and holding back on their desires, suffering in silence, and possibly a sister here, stressed, purging it out, the King of Pentacles stands on higher ground above the drama, coming together to spread the word, up to bat, eyeing the pitcher. The Knight of Pentacles, loyal, humble, a friend, offering help, the workhorse, always willing to carry you home, arrives at home or purchases a home or proposes union, holding on loosely, grounding and integrating. The King of Pentacles, successful and sure, performing as the pitcher and batter, all at the same time. As the group or crowd cheers you on to a home run and lifts you up to offer a date first perhaps, warming up your pitching arm. Being the pitcher takes balls because you never know how it will be received, as the vacuum created in mid-air at light speed spins an illusion that requires faith after the ball leaves your hand and is in the other's court. Yet, at the same time, knowing the batter's thoughts and your actions are unified in field, within, and when you and the batter have resonance, there's nothing like it, like a spark. It hits beyond the outfield and out of the park. Automatic home run, no need to race home. One of a kind gets props. The easy way out and in, with tools of the trade and wins. Getting the balls to strike out and then hit a home run, a win-win, which is then WW, the Wounded Warrior, in. Winning at the old ball game. Meanwhile, back at the house, juggling and coming together with, raising kids perhaps too, fighting, playing, competing, conflict, or quest, injured out in the cold, in exile, reaping rewards of a peaceful slumber while kids play outside or keep busy, stand-up performance or magician perhaps at 1 p.m. or 7:47 to the truth, and at night getting prepared to begin again and again, walking the dogs or explaining once again how to do their jobs, acting dazed and confused, out partying all weekend, clearing up the yard or making discovery, uncovering the DNA strand, found evidentiary support by the light of the slivery moon on a spoon or a drumstick. The moon between two towers, just like the pitcher and the hitter, twins must go down together, feeling the fall of the other in the dead of winter. The lobster mates for life, unafraid of the dogs with low IQs. He may be small, but he's red hot, and once he grabs on, his claw never opens. It's very secure, securing that long and winding road, cleaning out the shed and tools on the table at 11:16, which is Justice and the Tower. At 11:17, Justice and the Star, lost gems maybe in the shed that he forgot about. Wow, I can work with this. So possibly after losing other tools, finds new ones and is creative with them, making something work. Watch out for the snake in the grass, industrial espionage, someone spying in the tall grass or shrubs. Black, pointy, shiny shoes or boots, standing up for self at night, or eclipse drama. starting over in love openly, taking off with the goods, or looting after the war. One's trash is another's treasure, a pot of gold, rising above flames at night to magically manifest nickel into gold. And as I was going online today, I also noticed the header on Trump getting caught in a secret meeting. And I didn't go into it too much, but something that had been recorded. And that was definitely coming up within the read as well. It's really funny sometimes because my reads, when I'm doing them while I'm watching a movie, will come up with all of the scenes of the movie as I'm doing the read. It's pretty funny. So taking PTSD and sneakiness post-war and using that energy to manifest greatness. The alchemist, the comedian. Codependency comes up, but below that is true love, that this is a romance of a lifetime. And this is just the underlying energy. So after the true love, then comes the codependency, or first comes love, then comes codependency, and then trappings and a longing to be free, or in other words, the child. The present with gifts, lovers without family around, choosing a path of inspiration, a date perhaps, a romantic tie with flame, present, a gift, second lover, and unapproved of by family or business, not caring now and meeting up anyway for romance, or wanting romance but stuck with kids at the moment, love but no fantasy of twin inspiration and romance. Flame aside, what's going under the table, you ask? At 11:30, the bird hit the window. That's happened a couple times in the past couple days. Nothing hard where the bird was hurt, but that's like the third time in the past couple days that the bird hit the window. So, right, as I said, what's going on under the table, you ask? Like out on the date? Is there a footsie or is there something else going on under the table? 11:30 is Justice and the Four of Wands, the union energy, when the bird hit the front window. So, footsie, or the shoe fell off, or there's food on the floor under the table. Use your imagination. The three-legged human, 2 torches and 1 flame. Apple and a sliced loaf, tickle, tease, 2 arm wrestling. Mirror on the floor, so be careful, might not like that perspective, or family lineage. So communication comes up here is important, which is at 33 again, the Christ vibration. And below communication was patience, but I wrote it patient instead of patience. So either way you take it is fine, which is number 2, the High Priestess. So here we have 33 of Christ and 2 of the High Priestess, the Mary Magdalene energy. The Emperor reversed at home, suffering in silence, heartbroken and separated. Home reflects heartbreak, as the Emperor reversed reflects Rapunzel, suffering in silence in the E-Tower, or the Divine Feminine's heart, with wise owl at her window, which is referencing to the bird who hit my window, or hitting her window. Present to the seagulls, the masculine, and wind in his sails, Viking ship leaving, delivered Chinese green silk to Englishmen, or Swiss or Scandinavian gentlemen. Presently resting to recharge and become inspired or ignited, and truly, or having their trusty sword close at hand, a truly inspired, gentle man, focusing on heart space and transforming the 3 of Swords into the Ace of Wands, packing 3 swords into 1 wand, like the bat into its protective casing, merging the heart with sacral to bring out the blues, the words from his throat chakra. In the grass by the calm waters, twins secretly meet, perhaps Chinese food, and or a meet and greet, or bed and breakfast on the lake. Once 3rd wand is gone, used for fuel to the fire. All the wounds of the heart packed into a wallop, branding his own. Lasers undercover, the truth within the passion, and that was at 11:55, which is Justice again, and the truth. New passion inspired, desire to stand up for the journey, keeping the 6 wands in line by taking the lead, setting off on a path at night of magician embodiment, true love and codependency, excited feeling like a teen again on first date and having to communicate. 33, taking the high ground, control of the situation, In the recent past for the masculine is the Five of Cups reversed and just being over it. The wounded warrior seeing synchronicities, and impatient fallen angel, but not the devil. Strong depression or Leo or ego depressed about sovereign in a twist of fate. Coming out of isolation stuck in long drive, but connecting with loved ones, kids and such, as the Knight of Cups is offering love. So possibly the masculine going out with kids today, or other parts of the family going out with the kids today, and the masculine gets to stay home and have quiet time. Impatience to get over any sadness left. The world complete, the cycle done, the sealed divine feminine under the radar, undercover boss. In exile, out in the cold weather, left behind from the group, indecision, judgment, announcement or wake-up call to action, procrastination. The Empress and the Emperor stand up for selves, or the Emperor is telling the others to go without him today. The Empress on top of the world or out in the world, and the Emperor is under covers, injured or sick, choosing to stay behind to see announcing or wake-up call. A leader of the journey standing up for self and others, to get them out from undercover. The Empress could also be the sealed divine feminine, and the Emperor catching up on calls or announcements under the radar. The central energy is the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family dysfunction or business, legacy. Broken, breakdown, stuck, blocked, or stuck in traffic, or stuck in a car or a plane in uncomfortable position. Cancer reversed, Knight of Wands reversed, Capricorn reversed, and Queen of Swords reversed. So who would want to be stuck with that? Or stuck with a player detoxing chaos with the Queen of Swords reversed while he is home resting. So he didn't want to go out with that group. Family outing with negative vibes or conversation, or a mom and 3 kids going out without him. Dark night, performing, or busy to get out of the chaos. Dark night refusing to go to church or temple, or with religious one and kids. It's not his thing, or needing quiet time alone. Not working and walking away and within, holding his tongue in divorce, or with Taurus reversed, or Knight of Swords reversed, asking him for money. Or Taurus reversed offering to pay, which then again annoys him. No time or not the right time to start a fight. The Leo or ego strong-arming the boar, big palms and feet, or acting like it's Palm Sunday, arriving home and expecting a parade or to be fanned. Strong downturn or slow down and detox, holding tongue about juggling, the act or performance, dead tired at home, not working and finding peace, free to pursue passions or new passion. The Knight of Pentacles offers help, work, proposal, staging an offer of a new life, in need of help to not hurt each other and to surprise the Hermit or Virgo. And that was at 12:32, which is the Hangman and the Six of Wands, or the Journeyman, the journey, which is also good news and success and getting attention. But to surprise the Hermit or Virgo energy coming out so they won't miss their flame, right? So getting out and doing things so they won't feel like they missed their flame. Staging surprise to catch them off guard. Now, in the crowning position is the Six of Pentacles reversed. The imbalance, the debt, the scam, the inequity, and getting over it, but not telling the Queen of Wands reversed his plans or his feelings. Impatient to complete the cycle, or open heart and manifest. Out in the world performing as a magician with their magic wand. The dark night, death, transition portal, or transformation of suffering and silence. Depressed Leo, but the Leo's upright, Libra reversed, Capricorn reversed, and Scorpio upright. So any of those 4 signs or combination in your chart, with clarity, new information, and need to make a decision at work, reaping rewards of retiring perhaps. The cycle complete, reunion or in union, needing help to be free from lover, or now freed by twin in union, finding peace in true love connection, but need to rebalance the scales. The truth and balance of sweet justice whispering in my ear, you're a butterfly. And of course, butterflies are free to fly, fly away. Vulnerable in new passion, feeling rejected at night. Justice of the breakdown. The masculine feeling stuck at the why me? Like, why do I have to come forward? The why me in the road. The male bull must offer his intentions, disclose his secret between the King of Swords and the Hermit reversed, spying on a quest to find out what's going on behind the set, before the stage presence. Soon for the masculine is the High Priestess reversed, unaware or not using intuition, or the secret's out, so there's no need for intuition. Finding a peaceful place to choose a path where they can't escape or run. If the Taurus should get down, and just in case the Taurus or divorced man should get down and offer something, or waiting peacefully for others to leave or kids to go home, to get out of the house in a sudden escape, there ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Suddenly under the weather, sick and tired, present to the possibility of a painful end and further imprisonment if it doesn't go as he wants it to go, and possibly sick to his stomach. The prisoner of love, free to be overexposed and drained if he wants to, then we'll just be two prisoners locked in the tower until we just work it out. Two boxers or box cutters, the only way out to jump or find some sunshine. He's seeing himself as the Four of Crystals in the Bat Cave, the Divine Masculine's heart, simple and stable. The Knight of Cups offering love and the whole truth, even if it starts a fight. If both, he knows if he offers both love and truth, then it can't be wrong. And that was at 101, two magicians. The Ten of Cups, emotional fulfillment with twin, even when holding back sex. So this is the masculine saying he feels fulfilled with this person even when there is no sex, even though he may want to have sex. He's sure his love and truth will offer a little fire or spark to the situation. Forgiving and learning, you deserve love very soon, and let go of control issues, worth waiting for. And that was at 103. The Magician and the Empress. Around the Divine Masculine, or how he is seen, is the Six of Swords, finding peace in connection. The King of Wands, ready for the Queen of Cups to dump on him or cry it out, so they can both get justice, or both with Libra in their chart. Or the heat is on, and then I wrote again by accident, the heart is on, or the heart is on as God pushes, I was just getting pulses, God pushes the Divine Feminine down a bit to meet the King of Wands on his way up as she cries on his shoulder, and this is at 106, which is the Magician and the Lovers. So here in the environment can be multiple situations. The King of Wands and the Queen of Cups can be the masculine and the feminine. They can be witnesses to the masculine and feminine. There could be just two people here with a judge perhaps, or four people, okay? So it just depends on the situation. So could be clearing, let's see here, or it could be final agreements in a divorce or settlement, or the Queen of Cups and King of Wands are observers to a settlement or a peace treaty, as the Queen of Cups says, I told you so, to the King of Wands about the couple. Or the Justice of the Peace with only one witness each, the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands. Or it's just a ceremony with God and no witnesses needed. It's just the masculine and feminine. Conceit, well, the masculine needs to clear blocks around the Star card reversed. This is at 106 again, the Magician and the Lovers. Conceit, arrogance, loss of hope and depression, refusing to heal or shine your light. The King of Cups reversed, struggling and working hard on being still with his own thoughts and perspectives, disconnecting from allowing pain into his life and yet allowing it all at the same time. Healing comes up, but even more so today again, and this came up yesterday. I don't know if it's the one I presented or not, but love came up as the only thing. Healing, but even more so, love. The Queen of Wands reversed and the King of Pentacles upright, healing, and the King of Swords with a secret out, coming out, passing downloads to keep an eye on lovers and expand with tools. The stage is set with loyal friend, holding the Page of Pentacles reversed back from ruining a surprise with the Hermit reversed, or Virgo perhaps. The King of Pentacles, her superhero. The Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles reversed could be kids getting new life ready for a surprise, but the Page of Pentacles reversed may be an adult drinker or just a child unable to keep a secret or their mouth shut, and the Knight of Pentacles is there to hold them back, to not blow the whistle too soon or the secret as he sneaks up, or him needing to throw up or gag her. The King of Swords fighting the Ten of Pentacles reversed, dysfunctional family or business, or legacy or financial loss. The Three of Swords, heartbreak, separation, and hanging out, aligning, lightning with chain, and the wisdom to know the difference, and that lightning hits much harder than the chain does. The chain gang. The Knight of Pentacles proposes. Unhappy in separation with the Queen of Pentacles, not wanting to hurt her, that was not his intention. The Seven of Wands, standing up and reaping rewards. The Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave, finding peace, getting over it, or just over it now. And the Ten of Pentacles, reversed, family or business issues, challenged by the grounding and integrating, or actually starting over in love, no longer grounding and integrating the offer of love, but now starting over in love, with the secret out and loss of hope, imbalanced debt or scammed or inequity of a relationship or distribution of weight, of passing and receiving downloads, taking a risk. The King of Swords separated and hung out to dry to become the Knight of Pentacles, the loyal, humble servant with a proposal, man with a heart, to the Queen of Pentacles. The stand-up, just over it, and ignited with passion, reaping rewards of dysfunctional family or business or loss of money, inequity of a relationship or distribution, and challenged by starting over in love. Divine Masculine's heart with secret passion out, finding peace and needing to heal and shine his light, receiving and passing downloads, taking that risk. The King of Swords hanging out with his heart in tow, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and the Knight of Pentacles, humble self to give his heart to the Queen of Pentacles. And just as I ended the read right here, it was 1:33 again, the Christ vibration, and the sun all of a sudden brightened like it hadn't been all day, because it was kind of dark all morning. And all of a sudden, the sun just got really bright, which is why the door's open now, because it got so sunny out. And it was right at that moment. It was so cool. 1:33, the Magician and the Christ vibration, or that Seven of Wands, standing up for yourself and standing up for the journey. Because remember, it's the Seven of Wands, which is just one up from the Six of Wands. So the Six Wands and the Seven of Wands card can represent the journeyman and the masculine taking the high ground and standing up for the journey. And the sun just came out very bright, shining their light. And it's the sun, right? As Jesus is the sun. Very cool. And the Magician embodiment. All right, so it's 30. It was just 37, and that is the unconditional love. It's just 3737, and I'm not going to pull any. I'm going to pull any oracle cards today because I just want to get this read out there. The underlying energy, the Seven of Flames, the recent past, the Five of Chalices. The underlying energy, the Seven of Crystals there. The Ten of Crystals in the middle. The Four of Chalices is the challenge. The underlying energy there. And the Six of Pentacles or crystals in the crowning position. As we cross over here to the higher self. And the masculine seeing himself as the Four of Crystals. Around that is the Six of Orbs, the Six of Swords, which was upright, and the star was reversed here as the block the masculine needs to clear. And then we end up on the blues you see there with the numerology cards needing to speak from their throat chakra. And we end up with taking the risk card of the downloads with the King of Swords upright above that, the Three of Swords upright as well, the Hanged Man upright as well, and then we end up there, that top card is the Knight of Pentacles with the proposal, and there is the Queen of Pentacles on top. Okay, and there's your other card with the communication card. Okay. Alrighty. So, get your water, your rest, your joy, rise me love. Bye.